Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, and Old Man Quill, issue number 2. Let's get into this. This is In the Court of the Crimson King. I love that title. Fortunately, I think that's my favorite part of this book. Writer Ethan Sachs, artist Robert Gill, colors Andreas Mosa, letters VC's Joe Caramunga, cover artist John Tyler Christopher, and variant cover Rod Reese. The events of the story take place after Old Man Hawkeye and the original Old Man Logan. Yeah, I figured as much. Look, let me tell you pretty much what happens. They're walking around. Peter Quill is thirsty. They kill the original members of, well, not the original members, the grandsons of the Wrecking Crew. And then there's the threat of something else happening in the next comic book. And it doesn't really matter. Look, I read this. I was hopeful, but I gotta admit, I didn't think there was gonna be much of it, and I was really hoping something was just gonna really shock me and surprise me out of this. There wasn't. There's some gratuitous violence here. A father gets his head bashed in and drops dead right in front of his kids, and they're screaming out, "Daddy!" And what's his name? Star-Lord's like, this happened to me, to my children. Oh. It's like, sorry, dude. Gratuitous violence, completely unnecessary. Seeing kids get orphaned and watching the death of their parent right in front of them, not really what I signed up for in the comics. I mean, if you slapped Max on the title, done. Okay. I walked into this, and I'm going to be expecting something like that. I didn't expect that in here. It's unnecessary. I think that there's too much violence in TV and modern culture and whatnot. There's going to be a lot of people who are like, oh, Professor, come on, dude. No, there's way too much violence where things like this are considered acceptable, and you look at the society that we're currently in right now. No, I 100%, you can call me whatever you want, SJW or whatever. That's cool. Way too much violence in society, and I just don't need to see it in a comic book that's not even labeled for that. And there was a bunch of things that happened in here similar to that. Peter Quill shoves an ice pick in one of the one of the guys' name necks. Just one of the wrecking crew gets his head blown off. It's a bit much. It's a bit much, but that's not even the major part of it. The thing that see because it was just there was too much violence in here. It's like, this was a pretty wicked comic book. There was a lot of violence, but no. The idea is that there was a non-mover of a story in here. This is not memorable at all. I'm going to forget all about this comic book by the time I start reading the next comic book. I'll forget everything about it. I'm positive. Because it's just nothing. It's a big nothing. Nothing really happens in this. Storyline doesn't really get progressed. Oh, and they're really pushing this old man thing too much. I mean, excuse me, I think that when they made Old Lady Harley, it was like that should have been a wake-up call that, hey, guess what? They're ribbing you right now. They're making fun of you. All these stupid old characters and whatnot. I don't care about Old Man Quill. I don't care. I didn't even really care that much about Old Man Hawkeye. I thought it could be good, and it just wasn't. It's like, whatever. Maybe it ended good. I don't know. I don't know. I didn't read the last 4 or 5 issues. So I don't know how it ended. I'm not really that interested in going back and looking at it, these old man things are just done to death. And the problem is with this, it's very self-aware of that in a negative way, in a bad way. Like, oh yeah, man, look, I thought this Star-Lord guy was dead. I mean, first it's this old man Hawkeye, and then old man Wolverine shows up, and it's like, it's really bad. And it's like, yeah, thank you, appreciate. Thank you for giving me the history there. Oh wait, but they're not done. Oh yeah, the Red Skull owned these lands. Well, I mean, technically Magneto, it was more Magneto in this area, but then Kingpin killed him, and then the Spider Woman killed him, and then dude, most of us read the original Old Man Logan, that 10-issue limited series by oh god, I'm so tired. I'm drawing a blank right now. Mark Millar. I mean, we know all of this stuff. You're not impressing me with your lore. You're not doing something, oh, wow, okay, so they're giving us a hit. We know all of this stuff. We know you're completely biting off of that which came before. You're not standing on the shoulders of greatness. No, you're standing on the back of greatness. It's I'm so done with these stupid titles. I don't think I'm going to be reading issue number 3 unless somebody calls up and says it's the greatest comic I've ever read, which I highly doubt it. It's not. This just isn't anything to celebrate or to enjoy at all. And I feel really bad saying these things because I'm sure that these guys worked hard on the comic book and whatnot. I mean, the art's good. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that the writing itself is bad. It's just the plot, everything about this. There's just no reason to make another one. It's pointless, man. Anyway, guys, I'm out. Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.